Good morning, guys. And what we're starting off today is, because we got the bulk harness out of the Forester, we now have to mail out the STI bulk harness, STI ECU, which is in this, and the fuel sending unit, which is in the bubble wrap down there. Along with that, to go get all wired for the new harness that's going in the Forester. But now the Forester's down, which leaves me to daily the S14. So this is going to be quite interesting. We're going to see if we can fit all of this stuff in the S14 and take it to FedEx or UPS or something to get it mailed out. Let's see. Oh goodness. Jeez. Let's see if she'll start this morning. She been sitting out here for a minute again. Hopefully I don't have another dead battery. Oh, we're good. Oh, immediately. Jeez, such a tight fit. Oh. That always sounds so good. Love this car. Grab this. That's good. Alrighty. Shut that. Got everything in here. So let's see if we can ship this all out for not breaking my wallet. We just got done at FedEx. Huge shout out to FedEx because for 2 huge boxes full of really heavy wiring, they only charged me like 55 bucks. He saw me do a little pull. Uh-oh. Alrighty. We have made it. Oh, yeah. Holy crap. Let's get this popped up. Honda hood mod. Getting that bad boy out today. All right, we've got everything moved out of the way. Let's get to work. Also, yes, I'm wearing the same thing as I was last video. I don't want to get more clothes dirty, my bad. I think that I have mostly everything disconnected that holds the engine inside of the car. You know, vacuum hoses, I have the power steering disconnected, all the AC's disconnected because you have to pull it through the dash. You know, throttle cables. Oh, we still gotta get these are gas lines, so we gotta get fuel lines. So we gotta get these 2 fuel lines out. And, you know, there's probably gonna be things that I'm missing when I end up pulling it out. Finally got the cherry picker. But I think what's holding us on right now is the transmission to the block. We gotta unbolt the transmission from the block. And then pitch stop mount, 2 motor mounts. And then we should be able to start pulling it out. But first, you know, I'm gonna get these 2 gas lines and then get those. Then we'll start pulling it out. And then we'll see if we're caught on anything else. Set you guys up on a time lapse, so get going to it. All right, so I think that we're pretty much there. We got all the bolts off the trans, got the motor mounts unbolted from the subframe. I think we have all the hoses off. Obviously, this motor has never been separated or taken out of this car in the 22 years it's been alive. So I think our biggest issue is going to be separating it from the trans because it's going to be so sealed. So we have the leveler and everything and the cherry picker hooked up to the top of the motor. Yes, on Subaru engines, you can pull from the intake manifold. Completely safe, completely normal to do is to pull from the intake manifold. So I think we're gonna get some leverage on this and see if we can kind of pull on it a bit, get it to separate from the trans. I literally just got a call from my motor guy. And if anyone's been following this series, you know that it's been the biggest pain in my ass because the first motor I bought was a scam motor and I lost $2 grand. Second motor I bought had some issues and ended up having to be pulled completely apart. Now the second motor that we've been having built with the built heads and everything, it was going to be the stock bottom end with the built heads, but nicer rings, race bearings, stock pistons. I just got a call from the motor guy and he was putting the motor back together and he looked at one of the pistons and the ring lands are toast. He didn't notice when he took them out, but he saw a crack in one of them, so he decided to go through and check. He found 2 pistons with cracked ring lands, which means the internals are not usable on the second motor now. However, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Me and him were talking about it. If you don't know, Subaru pistons, the ring lands are built into the piston. They're not separate. So if you have broken ring lands, which is the most common failure on Subaru motors, is if you have broken ring lands, you have to replace the pistons because it's not a separate thing. I was talking to him, he was telling me, he had a full set of stock pistons laying around that were brand new. And he said those are $78 a piece and you have to pay for rings, which is like $120. And after labor and stuff, you're like $470, $480 to put new stock OEM pistons in this motor. He's like, this is the reason I'm calling you. He said, or stage 1 forged internals for this engine with pistons, ring lands, and rings all together is $560. So you're like less than $100 more to go forged internals. He ordered a set of forged internals just in case because there's only one set left. So if I don't, he said if you don't use them, he's gonna find them on another motor to use. Well, obviously I told him do it because less than $100 more to have Granda instead of Granda being stock bottom end STI engine with the fully built stainless steel heads to now Granda's gonna have a fully forged engine in it. It's gonna be a stock block, but forged in pistons, stainless steel valves, stainless steel springs, retainers, seals. We're doing still OEM STI cams. We have to with the tune that we're running. But we're doing STI cams and Legacy GT heads, which are the best flowing heads Subaru makes. So sick. Which kind of blessing in disguise that the dude I was buying the bags from backed out because I wouldn't have had enough money to do the forged internals or even buy new internals for this thing unless that dude backed out. So because the dude backed out, this is getting forged internals. Anyways, that's where we are. Wanted to tell you guys we're still pulling the motor, so let's start to do that. Well, good thing I didn't miss it because the camera slipped and almost fell over. I was pulling this out, but guys, these stock engines out of the car. Look at that. I feel so proud right now. I'm not even gonna lie. This is the first time I've ever pulled an engine on my own. And with that, guys, that means we can come over here, grab the marker, shake it up because it's a paint pen, and cross something else out on our list. I have horrible check marks, don't make fun of me. I think next we're gonna get to cutting the tubs. And what that means is Foresters have metal wheel wells. Every car has metal wheel wells, but the metal wheel wells on Foresters hang super low. As you can see, I rub like crazy on them, and they're not structural by anything. They're only theirs to keep things from getting in the engine bay. So what we're gonna do is we'll probably pull this mount off and, you know, dangle some things, get some stuff out of the way, and we're gonna cut the tub so I don't rub on it anymore. And over there we'll probably have to pull the battery and pull the washer fluid, but we'll cut the tub over there too. Just hot boy ting. Welcome to, can you hit it with a hammer? Yes. All right, well, that's another day done on the STI swap. Huge progress getting the engine out. So, yeah, now it's just getting the STI motor back, getting the wiring back. Wiring sent out, STI motor pickup on Saturday. It's gonna be troublesome for me and Chandler to put this back together. We figured, we don't need to label much because it's pretty straightforward, but now it's like, man, we were really deep.
I don't remember half of what I did yesterday.
But we got one tub cut, and I need to pull all that stuff out to cut the other tub. So Chandler had me put half a check mark. So we'll finish up that check mark in the next video, I guess. Anyways, thanks for watching. Peace out. Chandler, say bye.
Peace out.